So last week I made a video about how Blake Lively was losing in the court of public opinion, and today it just got worse. Now, in my last video, if you want to watch it, I'll put it here. I talk about, three core things, three mistakes that she made in why people were just not believing her and why she was losing a lot of public trust and why people were siding with Justin Baldoni. Now, I did my best to stay as neutral as I could be and just give my, PR expertise on the entirety of it all and kind of, why she was losing and what she could do to regain that trust, that public trust. But as I mentioned, today it just got worse because as Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, has been saying, is they have video evidence, they have text message evidence, and they're now creating a website for everybody to see that evidence. Because if you didn't know, they just released, a 200-page, legal document submitting basically a lot of factual evidence against what Blake Lively was saying. Now, here's where it gets bad. In discovery, it's essentially what you're seeing right now, right? You're seeing a lot of evidence from one side, really, not necessarily Blake Lively's side yet, but you're seeing a lot of evidence that's coming out in rebuttal of what Blake Lively and her team is saying. Now, some of the issues that I take into consideration is her PR team right now is kind of like brushing a lot of this just under the rug, and it's making Blake look really bad. In fact, one of their recent comments, I think it was like yesterday or the day before, is they're basically saying that this is a classic abuser move, which is denying and all of that type of stuff, and that's what Justin Baldoni is doing. But she's not addressing, again, any of the issues or any of the things that she did and that she lied about, which we now have clear footage of, which is, has been released. So if we take a look at, what has actually been released in the footage that TMZ has posted and basically every news outlet has posted, shows direct contrast of what Blake Lively has said. Now, we can make the case that, Blake Lively might have felt uncomfortable and things like that, but there's issues at play, and that's when it comes to lying. So a big reason why she's losing public trust is because we're just not seeing eye to eye in what she sees in what happened in the matter. And in this case, again, it's a lot like, the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case is we really want to go with the truth. And right now, from what it seems like, it's not looking good for Blake Lively. And again, going back to the PR side of things, her PR team has not addressed one single thing that they have lied about. They have not addressed anything really of the 200-page document that has come out, other than saying that they're denying it and that there's evidence of sexual harassment, which contradicts really what the video evidence says. Because right now, in that document that came out when they first published it, they're talking about the same scene where basically, Blake says that the scene was silent, like they were not supposed to talk, and he, whispers like that she smells so good. You have to read the exact document, which I'm going to put, in here. But then if you watch the video, he's saying it because of the spray tan. So he's just trying to, comfort her, telling her that it's, that she's fine, that it's okay.
Let's score another.
I'm not getting beard on you today.
I'm probably getting a spray tan on you.
That smells good.
Well, it's not that. It's my body makeup.
And they win! They won!
All right, cut.
Now, here's why this is bad, and relatively bad for Blake Lively. So, in her document, she claims a bunch of things about, Justin Baldoni. And one of the things that she claims about him is that he essentially, fat shamed her. He body shamed her. But there's direct video evidence, video footage, which is now released, where, she basically tells him to get a nose job and she says it jokingly. And I think, in that time period when they were, together doing the movie, it didn't look like there was any bad blood. In fact, they had to be acting in the scene as if they love each other, which I think Justin would have just kept it under the rug. He, wouldn't have thought about it. But the issue comes when she's talking about the same scene, and she's basically saying, what I think are falsehoods about Justin and his intentions and all that type of stuff. And then we actually take a look at the video footage and we see, hey, the things that you're claiming he did are things that on video footage you did as well, right?
His nose this?
And my nose is so big.
Yes, I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. We gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that.
Yeah.
And then
God.
And it seems to me, by watching it, is it's all in fun and games. Like, that's just how the way that she, communicates and has humor. And if you look at any of her past interviews, you'll see that she's very awkward like that. She might not have the best sense of awareness when it comes to her humor, but I don't think it came from like a bad place. But again, coming from the PR side of things, the issue becomes when you're claiming something that somebody else did, it now becomes, very evil and very nasty when it wasn't meant to be. And if you look at the video footage, it's not meant to be nasty. Well, at least from my opinion, it isn't. He's not doing it because it looks like he loves you. He's doing it to comfort you or to make you feel very comfortable on set, right? And if you notice from a lot of the documentation in the 200-page evidence of the actual, legal document, you'll see that a lot of his messages towards Blake is just him trying to comfort her, him trying to make sure that she's good as his A-list celebrity actor, right? And I think he was being a little bit too nice, to be honest. I don't think he managed expectations really well. He didn't really clarify the power dynamics. And when you don't do that, other people kind of create that for you. That's happened to me plenty of times in business. So he should have set, boundaries, and he should have been more strict with how the roles were played. But I think she didn't leave him much of a choice. And I know he's, from what it looks like, he sounds like a very nice guy and he looks like a very nice guy. So I can see him just kind of brushing it off, just trying to make sure that she's good. But I think that I didn't think that worked out for both of them, to be honest with you. With that being said, I just wanted to give you guys some feedback into, what's currently happening, what I see are the main issues in, the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni case. And do I think that Blake Lively can come back from this? I do, but she definitely has to, play her cards right. At least from what it looks like they're going to go all the way. I'm hoping that they settle, and I'm hoping that she does own up to at least some of the things that are factually incorrect, things that she did do, because that is the right way forward. And if you're going to rebuild your trust with the public, then that's absolutely something that you should do. Because if you continue to deny or continue to ignore, like how your, PR team is doing, then what's going to happen is people are going to see clearly what's going on, and they're going to see that you're not taking any accountability for anything whatsoever. So it's very hard to empathize or sympathize, with somebody who's just not seeing the issues at play here. Those are my thoughts, and just wanted to share them with you for another video.